All right. Hello and welcome. It is, I think it's August. 8 is
It's
August,
August.
right? Yeah, August 12th at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am here with the lovely Mr. Bill Grainer,
Hello.
and we're gonna be just chatting about life, love, and anything the fuck else we deem interesting enough to talk about.
That's right.
So, deal with it. Obviously, you're here because you're interested in Bill, or you just really like me, Mr. Arrow DeWitt. Probably not that part, though.
Oh, come on. Don't sell yourself short. Hey, I can't see you right now on your
That's
thingy.
that's true. You can
that
see
okay?
me on stream. Yeah, it's because to get the webcam up on the stream in the proper proportions, I have to take it off of Skype and then just put it on the OBS.
That's fine.
So what are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking number 9, not quite pale ale. It's got natural flavors. It's from Rochester, New York. It's from Magic Hat Brewing Company.
Oh, Magic Hat. I do like them.
There you go.
Yeah, and I'm just sticking it old school. Just a good old fashioned high life,
There you go.
because that tonight is what I'm living.
The High
The
Life.
High
That's-
Life.
That's the champagne of beers. Correct.
Exactly. And I mean, I'm interviewing you. I got off of work in time, even though it looked like that was not going to be the case. So I think I can feel pretty good about life right now.
I think you should. I think that's valid. I think I encourage you to feel good about life at all times and make it a high life night.
A high life night.
Every night.
Every night's a high life night. As my viewers will know, sadly, not every night is a high life night. Instead, sometimes it's just a hams night. But I pretend like it's high life, 'cause I can.
Hams. That's something I don't know what you're talking about, isn't it?
Oh, no, it's HAMM''S, apparently since 1865. The viewers can see this, you'll be able to see it on the delay.
Right.
America's classic premium beer, born in the land of sky blue waters.
Baby skies.
Baby skies are best
Oh.
skies. So
Baby
yeah.
skies, best skies.
Yeah. So that is what sometimes I'm streaming with.
Nice.
But yeah. So I mean, we can just jump right into some questions. I mean,
Let's do it.
since you're known partially for Mostly Walking and partially for Crater House, which do you think you'd like to be known for more?
Oh man, that's a good fucking question. Okay, so at Crater House, what I do is I sit and I develop games, and we have our own arc of what we're trying to do over there. We do primarily like contract client games, where a client is like, "Hey, we happen to have a lot of money and we need a video game. Can you help us out?" And we're like, "Yeah, we can do that for you.
We can do a thing.
We can do it. We'll create a thingy." So, I mean, that's what we do there usually. What we're trying to get into is indie game development, which, as you can imagine, is tough because then you have to, build a video game and then sell it and try and make a living, which takes a
Right.
lot of time. So,
Oh wait, if you're putting glasses on, I'm most certainly also putting.
let's get
glasses.
smart about this.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm feeling it.
Let's fill some glasses up.
Oh yeah.
So, fill them up. Yeah, like then, Mostly Walking started as this hobby, right? Which was originally the monthly metadating.
Oh, I
and monthly
remember
was-
those days.
Oh yeah,
They were great.
they were great. And so when Sean was like, "Dude, can we do a weekly thing?" I was like, "Holy shit!" Long story short, oh, it's okay, Mo. I'll chat with you.
No, you're not the only one. There are just a lot of lurkers. As you
They're
can see,
lurking.
there's a 17 by the watching now. So
That's
you're
not bad.
not the only one. Hey, no, I think that's my peak thus far.
I mean, hey, Kelso.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's what you want. It's a nice intimate gathering. So, like, what am I trying to say? The point is this: I love both. They're very different, and I'm trying to figure out how to like connect the two. Which one of my like well-meaning attempts has been the Crater House cast, and I know that we've only had one of them, and we are supposed to be doing it bi-weekly, but turns out we haven't been. So that's that's like, oops. Consistency is king. Yeah, like I'm trying to maybe get some people from the Fun with Bill arena over to the Creator House arena via that, and then I guess at some point funnel them and monetize them into a Kickstarter and just suck all their money away.
Okay.
So that we can pursue our dreams.
I mean, isn't that the American dream? Steal everybody else's money and get rich?
I think it is, and help them, make them feel like they're, a part of something.
That they're helping?
Yeah, you're helping. No, this is a shared dream.
Yeah, yeah.
Just give me all the money.
Yeah, you give me $200, I'll put you in the back of my book. We'll call it even.
I'll make an NPC of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's a little bit of, I'm trying to, gather my forces. Now, I do have the concern of, since Creator House's income is from client work, I'm a little concerned that our clients might start to find out and watch, the Fun with Bill stuff, which is a lot more raunchy and, down to the metal, so...
Right.
Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? The other thing we had to figure out when we're making our Creator House website is this going to be client-facing, or is it player-facing? We used to have a tip jar on there.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
if you're client-facing and you have a tip jar, it's who are these jokers?
Yeah, wait, aren't we already paying you?
So, that's the long answer. It's not simple. I think that the whole Fun with Bill Creator House thing has a weird, vague future that's exciting, but totally unclear.
Okay, and then so back to the original point. Since you're known for Creator House as well as Mostly Walking, which one... I mean, so you see Creator House as a bit more viable future for yourself, whereas right now it's not as we were talking about before the stream, it's not a vocation to be on Mostly Walking. That's more of a vacation.
Well, it's so both, actually.
So you're there for business and pleasure?
Yes. It turns out that to be happy and fulfilled, what I do best is make things and also communicate with the audience.
Right.
And I found that a little bit out of myself by following Dan Harmon and what he does, where he makes things, and then he has Harmontown, where he talks to the people, and it's that's...
Dan Harmon, I'm not familiar.
Oh, okay. So he makes Community. He's the show...
Okay, yeah. That's where I knew the name from. I'm just horrible with names without having faces.
Well, half the people in the Midwest are named Dan Harmon, so...
Well, and since you and I are both Midwesterners, we can understand, it's just another Dan Harmon.
Just another Dan in the Dan plan. Harmontown. So...
TM.
That's TM. Hashtags. So that's, that's what I'm thinking. I don't want to shortchange either one of them. What I would like to do is get away from... Well, I don't want to get away from client work. Client work is good for a variety of reasons, but, I do want to do more games for the same audience that the streaming is for, so that we can just be one big loving.
Kind of more work that fits you rather than fits the client.
Yeah.
I mean, it's... You make it sound like a foreign concept by being well, I want to be my own boss and do the shit I want to do.
If you can imagine, I had this crazy brainstorm where I just make whatever I want, and I'm calling it independent video gaming.
What? Mine.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the dream. So, if you want to help me achieve my dream, mail me some dollars, email me some money at emailfunwithbill@gmail.com, and I'll write you a nice note about how I'm not just taking advantage of you as a follower.
And by that he means, ha 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 ha, please pay me.
Hello, J.K. LeMayo.
Yeah, LeMayo.
LeMayo.
I feel like that's how you say mayonnaise in French.
LeMayo.
All right. So we'll switch it over. So obviously you feel pretty good about both of those things going on in your life at once, because they're both kind of paralleling to the same thing. Just they're paralleling because they're so different.
They are paralleling, and what I hope to make is a very acute angle where they can merge in the future, merge the streams.
I can understand that. Okay, so we'll get into something a little bit more intimate now. So as part of my audience might know, I'm from, and I now again live in Madison, Wisconsin. And
That is on.
you started living there just like right out of college, right?
I did. So I went to Carleton College, where I learned about how to be liberal.
You should tell people, including me, where Carleton College is, because my geography is about as good as a toddler.
Toddler Geo. So
Yeah.
Madison. No, what am I talking about? Carleton is in Minnesota. It's in Northfield, which is the town of Cows, Colleges, and Contentment. It sits there with St. Olaf College. The thing about St. Olaf is it's not as good of a school. So what happens is if you go to the tour for St. Olaf as a prospective student, they will talk endlessly about Carleton and compare themselves. If you go to Carleton's tour, they will not mention St. Olaf at all. So just keep that. So we roll pretty hard in the academics up at Carleton. It's the nerdiest, most club-filled school where you're encouraged to do what you want all the time, and as long as it doesn't involve too good of social skills. So after that, I had to go get my city feet on, get my city feet wet in Madison, which I thought at the time was a very large city.
Well, compared to anything other than Minneapolis and Minnesota, it pretty much is,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. It's
Again,
the
though,
biggest,
don't
littlest-
trust my geography or my statistical knowledge of Minnesota or any place else, really.
Minnehaha. Yeah, that's I totally am with you on that. I have a real American hero sense of geography.
Yeah.
I
We're
don't know where the
here,
Middle East
and
is.
anything else outside of us is garbage.
Yes. Well, I know what Israel looks like now.
Isn't it kind of like a bar that from bottom left to top right, and then there's like a little sliver of Jerusalem or something?
It's something like that. And there's a little sea in there somewhere.
Oh yeah,
It's
there was a
got,
flood there once, and there was a boat filled with a bunch of animals and shit.
Oh, Noah. Yeah, Noah. Noah was he was the man. He somehow picked all the right matings of animals.
And then magically made wood not flex and bend.
Oh, he made my wood flex and bend.
Oof.
Noah. Oh, Noah.
And
I wonder if Noah took two humans also, like
you mean more
Neanderthals
than
or
like
something.
his own like family with the whole
Yeah, like he just kept them like
reborn?
pets. He's like, these humans will be animals. Does that make sense? I feel like
I
that's
feel
not
like
even a
that
joke.
does make sense.
Okay.
Fun fact though, I was an extra in the Noah movie that came out with Russell
What?
Crowe. Yeah.
What? Huh?
Yep.
Were you in New York or something?
When I was 24, I moved out to New York with my most recent ex-girlfriend, and I was doing extra work.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Actually, I didn't
Yeah.
know you were an extra in Noah.
I was in Noah. You can't. There is a still that I think I can claim as me, but
Oh.
because like they had us, we did a whole bunch of like, there was no training. It was just like, okay, here's your number. Go put your shit on, and then like the wardrobe person would come around. They'd be like, no, this one's for you. And all the other extras were saying that I looked like some badass, like pseudo post-apocalypse Ezio, or like Assassin's Creed, and I was like, dude, this is probably the best moment in my career of anything.
There you go.
Yeah.
You've maxed it out. You looked best of anyone on the set.
Oh yeah. I
There
mean,
you
other
were.
than like Russell Crowe, because
Yeah.
he's just him. And he wasn't even there the day I was shooting, but you know.
Oh.
I was there in the scene after they had chased him onto the Ark, and then I was with the villain Kane trying to get onto the Ark.
Kane the first vampire, huh?
I don't know.
Do you know about that?
I've never watched the
The Bible.
yeah. I'm not huge on watching. Well, I
Bible
mean,
watching?
I've got a little bit of knowledge about Kane like supposedly being like this darkest night thing, but like he's like reborn and all that silly weird shit. But yeah, he kills like the giant. He kills one of the giant rock things, and we all cheer, and then we try to storm it, and of course we fail because he's the good guy and we're the shitheads.
Whoa. Wait, giant rock thing.
Yeah.
There was a rock thing?
Yeah, the Guardian things.
Jesus, I didn't see that. I've read the Bible, though.
No. This is in the remake of Noah.
Yeah. So
this is
not
the movie, not the actual
there weren't,
scripture.
but I'm just saying that I don't think that King John's first edition contains rock monsters.
Well, it fucking should. I mean, it's got dragons.
Oh, it does. It's got 12 dragons with 12 heads and 64 teeth, and inside each tooth there's another dragon.
Right.
And then inside that dragon is 58 breaths of fire, and there you go.
Just for anybody who's going to be watching this VOD, that is 100% historically correct. You don't need to fact check. You don't have to fact check.
Another thing you don't have to fact check is the fact that I'm sweating like ridiculously.
Dude, that makes both of us. It's...
San Francisco's not even hot though. It's just the air is filled with water.
Oh, I get that. I get that here. You know all about the Madison weather, man.
Mm-hmm.
Muggy as hell.
That's right.
I was even arguing with one of the ladies at work tonight. I was like, dude, it's... She was like, it hasn't rained. I'm like, no, it rained. Otherwise, it would not be this hot. I know we live on an isthmus, but I know the percentage of mugginess that it would be this time of year. Unless global warming just has me all fucked up. I don't know. Maybe it's menopause. Maybe it's menopause.
Mental pause.
Mental pause, yes.
I heard that El Nino's coming back, and I don't know if you remember 1998, but
well,
El Nino...
hopefully I get to see them in concert again. I mean...
Yeah. I just remember Chris Farley doing an El Nino sketch, which pretty much, like, that just pinpoints when it last hit, really.
Yeah, wow. Jesus, God, that makes me feel old, and I'm less than 30.
Are you less than 30?
I am less than 30.
Can I try and guess how old you are?
Go for it.
27.
Yep, nailed it.
Oh yeah! How old do you think I am?
I'd go with 33.
You cheated. No, it's true though.
I was to say, you cheated because I told you how old I was. I didn't know how old you were. Yeah, I told you.
Oh, shit.
I told you last night when we were priming the stream.
So, like, I have, like, Alzheimer's, but I really just think I'm psychic.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, like, wait a minute, I think I've been here before. Must have been a dream or something.
Yeah. Okay, so we already made fun of the Bible, so let's go into one of the other questions that I really enjoyed and that I think you really enjoyed. So, what's your favorite real animal first?
Oh boy, I really want to get a motherfucking dog. I want a dog the way that some women want babies.
Oh, you know,
wow. Either, like, they have baby rabies, and I have dog rabies. Well, it's not... I don't actually have rabies.
Well spoken, Bill.
But I do want a dog. I've wanted a dog with a burning passion for a long time. The only thing is, I think our apartment's too small, and
a
and I don't...
medium-sized dog?
Yeah, I don't think we can walk it enough, because it's... You know, you can't just kick it outside because it's the city. He'll get someone's gonna sell him a fake Rolex.
Well,
it's not good at the city.
Well, you do have options with dogs like that. I mean, you could look them up. I mean, you got dog walkers for if you're not home, or you've got dog sitters, things like that. I mean, shit, go pay a not shitty neighborhood kid like $15 a day to like walk your dog at noon or whatever.
That's true. I'm also thinking I could get him as a service dog because
then you can take him everywhere.
Well, yeah, because I legitimately suffer from depression and anxiety. Luckily, right now it's not really so bad anymore. I think I'm in a good time, but I still think I have enough that I could get a dog with a vest, and then the dog with the vest can like go on the Muni, and everyone will hate it because like the dog will take up too much space on the train. But then if I teach him to do a little trick or something, then everyone will go right from hating him to being like, oh,
he's so cute.
He's such a party animal. Like, I have a story about that. Very short story.
Okay.
A woman had a dog on the BART, which is another local train, regional train.
Oh, okay, it's a regional train.
So she had a rolling suitcase and a tiny little dog, and I was like, you're not supposed to take your dog on the BART unless it's a service animal. But then she won me over because she went to the escalator out of the station. She rolls her little suitcase up to it, and she says, all right, hop on. And the dog hopped onto the rolling suitcase so that then she could, like, it could go up the escalator, like, on the suitcase.
Oh, okay. It took a little ride?
I was like, all right, he's cool. That dog's cool.
He knows how to ride. He knows how to rock and roll. Or depending upon how little. What breed was it? Do you know? Was it a Chihuahua?
It was like a little piece of Shih Tzu. No. It was like a. I think it was a bullshit mix. No, I think it was like a. It was like. I think it was like a Crablador. I think it was like a Dogus Golden Retriever. It was a double hound. I think it was a dash cancel. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know breeds. Fucking dog. It was a Shuriken. It was a Metso Hadoken on a leash. It was filled with the surge of murderous intent.
Well, because there's a thing that if you've noticed about little dogs, they're always like shaking.
They are.
You don't know why they're shaking. They're just shaking.
They're like.
Yeah. Are they cold, scared? Is that just their normal state of being? So he was literally at that moment on the escalator, shake, rattle, and rolling.
Hey!
Nailed it. Ship it.
Shipper.
Oh shit.
There's my chippy.
Okay, so dogs are your favorite real animal. Then
let's say that. Yeah, let's just say that.
We'll go with that one. So then, what's your favorite mythological animal?
Probably the manticore.
The manticore.
Because what it's got, like, I think it's got a lion body with a scorpion tail, with then it's got a dragon head, a lion head,
it's got like a lion dragon head with.
And what else? There's another head.
No. It's a single head.
What?
The manticore is a Persian legendary creature similar to the Egyptian Sphinx. It has the body of a red lion, a human head with 3 rows of sharp teeth, sometimes bat-like wings, and a trumpet-like voice. I was gonna say, does that mean it sounds like Trumpet M. Cool, or is it just...
I think it sounds like a Vuvuzela.
It's
from Venezuela. It's a Vuvuzela from Venezuela, and it's got a human-like face. No, so what I like about Manticore, I think I actually like Chimeras better. That's the one with the multi-face head.
Okay.
That's what Hero
Protagonist!
So, but what I like about Manticores is that if there's a term you can use where if somebody is really being a creeper romantically, you can refer to them as a romanticore.
Okay.
That's why I like that. But no, I think Chimera is really where it's at. I think that's the one that I was envisioning.
Yeah, probably.
What's a manticore? What's a chimera? It's another lion head, right?
It was according to Greek mythology. This is exactly what you were thinking of. A monstrous fire-breathing hybrid of a Lycia in major blah, blah, blah. But just looking at it, it's got a goat head, a lion head, a dragon head, wings, a lion's body, and a double-stingered tail.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. A chimera.
Yeah. Yeah. So, hero protagonist. Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers to you. You made the stream. You made it good.
Well,
we're still streaming.
Yeah, I was gonna
say. Some say we'll stream forever.
If Bouchard says, did we already talk about Bill's hair?
Oh. Yeah, it's not doing what it's. I don't know what it's supposed to be doing, but this isn't it. What's going on? Let's figure this out. Because I got it cut, right? I got the classic San Francisco undercut.
Undercut, as he calls it, which to me doesn't make sense. That's what happened with my hair. I mean, like, as everybody can see on both of our stream right now, his is a little shorter on the sides because mine's grown out, but I've got more of the flop going on.
Yeah. So, I don't know, I wanted something a little bit less old and a little more young, and this is what they did. But the thing is, I don't know where I want it to go right now. Because with an undercut, you got this extra, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
We're floppy hair bros right now. Did you know that?
Hair bros!
Floppy hair bromance.
If I go too far left, though, I just turn into Hitler. It's like,
Yeah, but I think you could pull the Hitler off. I think people would dig it. Just don't do the
The Hitler stash.
Yeah, don't do the Hitler stash, and you're good to go. Akacha. Oh shit! I know I butcher your name every time you're here, but
Ooh, she got the ladies undercut. Does that mean you got full Skrillex? Did you get your data jack? Like your
yeah.
You can do your Shadowrun data jack now.
Oh, see, I was gonna go with the Keanu Reeves movie that is not The Matrix. I want to call it Mr.
Point Break.
Sorry. I gotta look it up. Okay, so in the meantime, while I look it up, so the ending part of that question is you have to now make up a better mythological animal than your favorite mythological animal.
Oh, better, huh?
Even better.
I was thinking about it today. Snuffleupagus. Like maybe it's a snuffleupagus that eats itself.
I don't even know what a snuffleupagus is. Johnny Mnemonic, Marsha, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, Johnny Mnemonic. So you don't know what a snuffleupagus is?
I guess I'm gonna find.
Go Google that. It's from it's Big Bird's friend. Big
oh,
Bird's,
that horrible thing. No wonder. I'm pretty sure I've got repressed memories about that.
He's an elephant made entirely of snuff.
What is snuff?
Like chewing tobacco.
And Johnny, Sean Bouchard also called Johnny Mnemonic. Of course he did. He is the most knowing guy I know.
He's a knower.
Not a shower.
Where are you getting this Sean Bouchard live feed?
He's hosting the first part of the stream. I told you
right.
this prior to.
Oh, I know that, but he's not in our proper room.
Right.
He's in his own little den.
Yeah.
He's hosting from home.
For some reason, your mic is now getting distorted.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Let me double check where's that. Testing, being really loud. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and I've even got you pretty low. That's weird. That's a weird
blue snowball.
Weird thing.
So does it still sound like shit?
My mic is contagious. My mic is contagious, Kelso, and it's not a good thing. Oh!
Let me just. No, I sound okay on the. I think I sound okay on the feed. Maybe it's just Skype or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, speaking of contagious, that leads me to our next question.
Yes.
Zombie apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
Like/dislike, as well as plausible or not.
Dislike, implausible. I have a problem with zombies. They bore me. I know that a lot of people like them, but nothing gets me going about zombies. I just don't. I mean, I play Minecraft. I guess I like cartoon zombies, sort of. I prefer creepers.
I've never played Minecraft, so
It's a good idea to play it.
I'm not huge on like regular sandbox bullshit that has no end game.
I am huge on sandbox bullshit because I listen to Radiolab while I play it. Once you're in your 30s and you become an old man style living, which you may or may not ever achieve. I don't know if you're going to become old man style, but if you do, then
I will never break out of Oppa Gangnam Style. So no.
Oh, so. What's a good thing to do though is you come home from your job and you're all stressed out and you just play Minecraft and listen to Radiolab for like 5 hours. And
see, then I most certainly have not reached that because I'm still currently come home from my job and stream for like 4 hours a night.
Well, see, that I think might be the new thing. I think it might just be the streaming makes it okay. It's like if you know how you're not supposed to drink alone. Like it's like that with Minecraft.
Fuck that. No.
Fuck that. Well, it's like that with Minecraft. It's like, oh, I'm gonna play Minecraft for 5 hours. It's like, are you sure that's healthy? It's like, yeah, dude, I'm streaming. Like,
that somehow brings people. So okay, so then technically, I'm never drinking alone.
No, you're not drinking alone as long as you have a camera on you.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Even if it's not turned on, you can pretend it's on.
Yeah, you can as long as you're, you just gotta pretend. If there's people at home.
It keeps Alzheimer's at bay because you're using your imagination.
Early onset Alzheimer's.
Wow, Bill. The hair hype is probably pretty fucking real right about now.
Hype! They can see this haircut at Bill Drink, or not Bill Drinks, it's different. Funwithbillshair.tumblr.com.
Oh, also, as Kelsa pointed out, if you have a cat
Yes.
or an animal around, you're technically not drinking alone.
Ooh. That's a real sad one.
I do wanna jump back real quick to Madison, cause
Are you still there?
hi,
Glitch? Glitch in the Matrix?
glitch in the Skype. You're back.
Gotcha. Howdy.
So I want to jump back to Madison.
Let's
so
jump back to Madison.
So you lived here for how long? You said
Like
3?
3 years, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
From what age to what age?
20 to 23?
Oh wow, you were out of college at 20. You did a 2-year degree then?
No, I did 4. It must have been 21. I was 21 when I graduated. I'm on the young side
Oh, okay.
of my, like, fucking, quintile or whatever.
That sounds
Like
okay.
quorum.
Right.
Yeah. Like cadre.
Okay. I was just curious because I was like, well, if he had graduated at 22 and then moved away when he was 25, there would be some overlap of the whole like moving to a bigger city. But then I was like, but the parallel doesn't work because I moved from Madison, as you called it prior to the stream, the halfway house from small town to big city. It wouldn't be the same. But so what do you enjoy about Madison other than your first you're revisiting it right now as an adult, kind of like when you saw it more than a decade ago. Oh, this shiny new place, like a small kid watching a Disney movie and then watching it later and being like, well, this is a fucking piece of shit. Pinocchio shouldn't have done that.
Shit.
Yeah.
This Little Mermaid is fucking bullshit. Yeah.
Which it is, by the way. She is a crazy lady. But anyway.
She can show you a world. She really likes forks.
I know, dude. That would scare me.
She gets off on rocks.
You mean she gets her rocks off while she gets her rocks off?
Something like that, yeah.
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 But no, what what really made you enjoy?
Okay, let's do it up. Let's see. Let's say Mr. Bill goes to Madison. Day 1, I'm gonna hit up John Nolan Drive. No, not John Nolan Drive. The thing that goes around the lake.
That is John Nolan Drive.
Okay, that one. I would take a bicycle if I had a bicycle. I would go on that bike.
Oh, that trail is beautiful to look at the city skyline.
Yeah,
and then
good.
just fucking shoot over to Monona.
Shoot up over to Monona. Yeah, so that'd be good. One time I tried to bike around that lake, but I got like halfway, and I had no water, and it was late. I had to get a ride home. So yeah, that would be a good one.
You heard it here. Bill has an iron will when it comes to biking.
Yeah, the spirit is willing, but the fucking muscles and water.
The flesh is spongy and bruised.
The flesh is cooked. So what else? What else? I do like that bike shop. I guess I'd take
Willie's
my
bike shop?
Yeah.
Which one? The one on John Nolan or the one over on Regent Street?
No, I'm talking about the bike shop. The bike shop by John Nolan, where it's
okay.
like you were talking about that one area. That
yeah.
One, like,
well, yeah, because that's close to where I live, and it's in the same building that I work in.
Yes. It's a good bike shop.
It is. It really is. They're really informed and they're fucking knowledgeable. Like, it's just their customers that are garbage.
Yes. I resemble that statement as one of their customers. And then I would take a jaunt. Let's say that this day I woke up way earlier than I ever normally would. So it's pre-breakfast, and I take a jaunt down.
Well,
Willie Street.
that you have to mention when breakfast is to give us some context of
Breakfast is going to be about, let's say brunch. So let's say like 11. Actually, let's say let's say brunch.
Wow.
Yeah, let's say
Okay.
brunch.
I was saying my restaurant brunch starts at fucking 9.
That's way too early for brunch, son. Brunch is closer to lunch, in my opinion. You know?
Well, we do brunch from 9 all the way until 3.
Well, so there you go. Yeah, so
We get them early birds. That
Early
shouldn't be
birds.
like I've seen like a bunch of 16-year-old girls come in at like 9:30 in the morning. I'm like, how the fuck did you wake up for this? You should have been way too drunk last night to be up at this hour.
they're the good ones. They're the healthy living straight edge ladies.
I don't agree that those exist, but okay, keep going.
Yeah, so I roll on over to, I can't remember if it's Willie Street or Jenny Street. I think it's Jenny Street has Lazy Jane's.
I
Hit up
don't
some Lazy
I don't
Jane's.
think Lazy Jane's is still open.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. Well,
Let me
you know,
double check.
Maybe they'd still be open if they weren't so lazy. Am I right?
Oh no, no, it is still open. It is still open.
Oh, good.
Yeah, over on, is that Jenny Street? Yeah, it must be Jenny Street.
Yeah, because they've got some delicious. They've got some deliciousness going on.
No, it's Williamson. You were right, Williamson. Because that's what John Nolan turns into, if I'm not mistaken.
It sort of does, doesn't it?
It does indeed. No, King Street. Sorry, King Street turns into Wilson, and John Nolan both turn into Williamson, or Willie Street, as it's better known.
Willie. So, funny story about Willie Street. It's vaguely related. The longest that I've ever had my hair was horrible. Like it was long but bad, you know. Just kind of like down to shoulder length, and really made me look like a kind of a trucker.
Oh, I was
in a
gonna
bad
say
way.
kind of like my stream, but hey.
Heyo!
Zinger on the side.
Single. So then I had this shirt or this jacket that I had bought at like a Tibetan import place, right, on State Street, and
Which place? Jewel
like-
of
Jewel of Tibet Matahari.
yeah, whatever it's
Eastern
called. Yeah,
Scented, fragrant imports.
Yeah.
With the Buddha in mind. Yeah, that kind of shit, like namasties. So I got that going for me. I had that going for me, and then like the day I knew I needed a haircut was when some guys like rolled up and they're like, "Hey man, where can we score some weed?" And I was like, "I'm not even cool enough to tell you," but I was just like, Willie Street. I was like, I'm gonna assume. But that was when I realized that my image was projecting not exactly
not what you were looking for.
not what I truly believed to be myself.
Yeah.
So I had to make a change.
Well, now I have to ask. Have you ever smoked pot?
Haven't.
You've never smoked weed ever.
No, I don't think I've done a drug. Now, here in California, we've got medicinal marijuana. I've thought about getting a prescription.
I mean-
But then here's the problem. I'm already balancing alcohol and caffeine on a daily basis.
Right.
So then I'd have a three-way triangle of uppers, downers, and to the siders. Oh, wait, is pot an upper or a downer?
Technically, it's a hallucinogen as well as a downer.
Whoa.
Because a lot of people sometimes, and see, the thing that I feel that isn't accurately represented in the DSM-4, it is a hallucinogen. However, you don't usually get the like psychosomatic auditory hallucinations or the actual like visual hallucinations or trails that you would get like with say mushrooms or LSD. Instead, you get a mental you get into a mental state where you can't control everything that you're feeling, thinking, or mentally seeing.
I
So
see.
it's not that you're actually seeing all of these things happen, but like
you're daydreaming or something?
yeah, it's like your daydreams become incredibly vivid, and you're just like, wait, fuck, what? Especially if you're in like a paranoid or a bad trip, as the DSM-4 would call it. So basically, it's just that's why a lot of people get like incessantly paranoid, is because they have the mental hallucinations of like getting arrested for just being high, especially when they're new to smoking, things like
Yeah.
that.
See, and that would be nice to know. That's why I would only ever do it probably if I had a little, card, because I wouldn't want to mix in that kind of stress.
Right.
So, anyways, other drugs I haven't done include everything.
Well, technically, caffeine
Is a drug.
and alcohol are both
they're both
drugs.
drugs. Yeah, I think I've gotten drunk twice.
What the fuck? Are you shitting me?
No, I think it's only been like twice. I mean, you got to understand that, like, I've been suffering from depression for like suffering from. That sounds so weird because it's not always like you're suffering. Sometimes it's just like a thing.
I've been afflicted by.
Yeah,
would probably be the best way to put it.
I've known that I have had depression since like high school. So
yeah, me too. That's why I started drinking whiskey and listening to heavy metal.
see, I went the opposite way. I got extra scared of ever doing anything with my brain. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So, like, if I'm on one fun factoid I know is that I'm on enough SSRIs that if I did MDMA, I think my brain would explode. Like, I'd get serotonin syndrome, and I'd start seizing. So that's exciting.
Well, I mean, see, because to say like, I've never done drugs before. Let's go straight to X or Molly. That sounds like a great idea.
No, I was planning on, frankly, just, just getting a nice fresh roll of LSD laced toilet paper and just going to town, and just eating a bag of bran muffins.
Oh, okay, shit. No, your mic has become infected.
Uh-oh. Should I think I can fix it. Give me 1 second.
I'm very curious as to how this is a fix. Oh, is that the
Or I might
microphone
break it.
itself?
Testing 1 2.
You're fixed.
It's fixed.
Yeah.
You can hear me.
Yeah, you're no longer crackly.
The static actually builds up in the USB cable.
Oh, that would make sense.
But yeah, I mean, it's just, I've always wanted to do cocaine, but life just gets in the way.
Yeah, I can understand that one. I mean,
and it's just, I don't have, I like heroin is, it's like I'm too busy.
Yeah, I can't be nodding off in a fucking alleyway. Jesus, what do you guys expect from me?
Yeah, it's...
well, I mean, granted, cocaine could, make you get a lot more shit done.
That's probably true.
Oh, it's true.
No. I've never done it, but I've heard from a friend that the thing about cocaine is it makes you feel like you just won the biggest prize or got the biggest accomplishment in the world for about half an hour. And so... See, I
don't know. I could agree and disagree with that on two levels. Because one, again, back when I was drinking whiskey and listening to heavy metal music, after doing coke, I was like, dude, let's write some fucking music. Are you ready to write some music? We're about to write some music. And we laid down 14 tracks in an hour.
Whoa.
And then, I mean, only 2 of them were usable because we were all fucked up, but...
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other side, you get too vicious about it. You're like, give me more coke because we got to write more, and then it just goes downhill from there.
Yeah, that's the thing is always the so I have some friends who are alcoholics and they know it and they're functional. But what's fascinating is the rationalization, or not even the rationalization. It's just what is it? It's like when they're like, hey man, you want to hang out? It's like, yeah. It's like, hey, why don't we go to a bar? It's like, well, it's it's 9 a.m. You can go to a bar, I guess. It's just like, yeah, and it's like the weirdest reasons. They'd be like, I just feel like I should go to a bar because it's been 2 days and I just want to make sure that when I go to bars, I don't freak out or anything. So let's just go to a bar. And you're just like, it's like,
That's
know what you're doing.
That's a very odd situational thing.
I have heard people say well, we're gonna play a certain card game, and the thing that makes this card game good is trash talking, and the thing that makes trash talking good is drinking. So we're gonna need to drink, and I'm like, wow, it's
you can't talk shit without drinking.
what an amazing like lightning bolt of synapses that just always leads back to the same. It's just like,
Well, I mean,
so funny.
admittedly, I can't understand, but I can
Look,
sympathize with
Sure.
that idea. I mean, because I'm admittedly a high-functioning alcoholic. Again, I go to work and I stream fucking every day of the week, even while drinking.
sure.
So, but like the people that are like, I should go to a bar. Well, but that's not the most important part. The important part is just drinking. Like, just go buy some beer, go sit down and do something that is good for you, and have
That makes
beers
a little
while
sense.
doing it.
Like compose music or
Right.
write a
Like,
book.
pull a Hemingway, man.
Pull a Hemi.
Pull a Hemi, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of writers, a lot of the words you read were probably written while intoxicated.
That's the rule of writing. Write
Yeah.
drunk, edit sober.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Or high. I've been told that you can also write high. I don't know. Just like-
I'm not so sure about that. It depends on what you're high on, but you know.
oh, that makes sense. I'm talking about pot.
Yeah, no, I would get too distracted. I'd be like, ooh, Reddit.
I know some academic treatises that have been written on pot.
What's it? What I'm apparently uncultured swine. What is treatises?
Fucking, I just mean like a PhD dissertation or something.
Oh, okay. But it was
Uh,
edited sober.
Yes, probably.
Yeah,
You'd hope. You'd think.
I would imagine so.
One thing that I have learned, by the way, when I was in college, I was extremely anti-drinking. I was like straight edge as shit. Like I
Oh,
was
you were the lame kid down the block. I mean, I didn't go to proper
not
school.
even
but,
lame.
you know.
Not even lame. I was like angry about it. Like I was like, why would you do this to yourself? Like blah blah blah. Like I had a girlfriend at the time, and she'd go out and like drink a little with friends and be like the worst boyfriend and be like, what are you? Which I think it all just for me came down to a feeling of like being left out. Like I think if people had really invited me over and I like had something to drink, I'd be like, hey, I'm a cool kid now. But so I was taking that out on them. But here's the point. Now that I'm in my 30s, I've learned that everyone I know has a vice, and they use that vice to get through their fucking day. Like, life after 30 is generally speaking stressful enough that people end up with these little residual like they whether it's drugs or alcohol or even something like eating just a shitload, or I have a friend who I think is addicted to exercise. It's just like everybody's got their little like addiction that they are dependent on, or like they just manage it, you know. And then like at that point you're just like, well, all right. I don't know. Maybe there are people who don't do that, but it's just
I don't think that there are any people like that exist. I mean,
don't know.
okay, so then to posit the question,
yeah.
what is your vice, Bill?
Ooh, it's been alternating. Lately, I've definitely been drinking more, although that's been tapering off a little bit now. And then I started. See, I've had a shifting thing because then I started pouring a lot of effort into streaming when I honestly should have probably been working.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. And now I'm like, so I'm shifting it around. Like, it was that I would drink dude, it's been weird, man. For 1 week, it was decaf coffee. Like, it wasn't even caffeinated. I would drink like 8 cups of decaf coffee just compulsively. Like, whenever I got home, I just needed to make coffee. And then like I was like taking a shit got like so complicated that I was like, well, let's yep. And so what am I doing now? I think now I'm playing Street Fighter 4, which is actually a very positive one. So like, because we have it also at work. We've got
nice.
Ultra Street Fighter 4 at work because I work at a game design co-op thing,
Right.
like a co-working space. So if I'm working and I get hit with that anxiety or that stress or whatever, and like I take 20 minutes and I'll go play SF4, and that like clears my mind. And it's like, you know what? It's sometimes it's better than a cup of coffee, even though coffee is more socially accepted.
Then
I don't know.
Than playing video games?
At work. You know what I
Oh.
mean? But then again, okay. So then again, my
you
only
work at a place that develops video games. What kind of?
So, sit next to Daniel. So here's the thing. I sit next to Daniel, who's like the best partner in the world. He's the only other guy, the only other employee really of our company, and he's very quiet. So we're slowly making inroads toward like human communication, but we like each other. We work well as a team, but as a rule, I can never tell what he's thinking or feeling. So that means that it's like a panopticon. Like I assume that he's always like, "What the fuck, Phil? Like, when are you gonna get your shit together and work?" And like he doesn't say that. He's probably not even thinking that.
Is that just because of how he looks?
He's got a totally neutral expression.
That it's
So,
because
it's
then that's your own paranoia if he doesn't have
my-
resting bitch
It's my
face.
own paranoia, and that's why he's such a genius at making me be like productive, because he's a blank canvas on which I can project all of my own insecurities.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, but I do that. I'll go up and play Street Fighter. I don't feel too guilty about it. My psychologist told me that it's probably a good thing, and that's exciting because if you can get out of if you suffer from depression or anxiety, you'll probably know the thought loops that you can get in, and the little you get stuck on some shitty thoughts that kind of blot out the rest of the world and give you some blinders.
Oh, and by the way, if you don't suffer from depression or anxiety, never, ever, ever fucking tell somebody that does to just stay positive. We will want to fucking kill you.
If anyone ever says that to you, just send them to my Twitter feed, because my Twitter feed is there for them to see that how it is. That's why all my humor is gallows humor. I mean, it's no, you don't.
But I mean, I understand why they do it, but it doesn't make it less frustrating. It's almost like when you commit a crime and ignorance is not a valid excuse. Well, I didn't know I couldn't cut my neighbor's head off and shit in its neck hole. I don't know. I just went extreme for whatever reason there.
Did not know that was a law. Hey man, look, I'm from fucking Zanzibar.
From
and
fucking North
over there,
Korea.
I'm from North Korea. I'm from North Korea, and we had to do that every night just to get the light bulb to work.
Right.
We had to unscrew it and shit in its mouth.
Exactly. And then light it on fire. And then it worked.
We had to light it with a match.
And then actually, the fucked up part is that would actually burn for a little while as a light bulb.
Oh, would it?
Well, with the methane from the shit in its neck only leaking out slowly.
Oh, okay, yeah. You'd get kind of
The
like
fact that I just scienced shit in neck light hair on fire light bulbs,
you're a good streamer.
I'm the best.
You're the best.
Sorry for anybody that wasn't ready for that one.
Yeah. All the other streamers.
Oh, but speaking of the whole anger, stress, depression, anxiety,
Yeah.
what are some of your you know what, I'm gonna give you one of the new methods that I actually came up with.
All right. Let's do it.
And I'm curious as to what you think about it.
Okay.
So what I do is whenever I feel a certain way about a thing, say I'm thinking about oh, hang on. Kelso said that Bouchard's gonna start his stream soon, and I want to throw in a mini plug for my stream before you start something. Yes, I do want to throw in a mini plug. Thank you to everyone who was watching Sean Bouchard's wonderful hosting stream. I'm over at twitch.tv/AIRODEWITT, and thank you again, and for hosting this first hour because I know that Mr. Grainer and I greatly appreciate the exposure and the viewings and all the potential things that can come from something like this, especially because we just get to talk about so much, even in such a little amount of time. So thank you again,
That's right.
everybody over there for viewing. If you want to hop over to my channel, I understand if you don't, because you are an end defender, but you can also be an end defender while being an aeronaut. Just as a heads
Or
up.
not. Do both. You got 2 tabs.
Exactly.
Do both.
I'm already
We've
both.
got operators are standing by. You can call in and pledge $10 or more. You're going to get a nice Logitech radio. And then what we want is for just to keep this station going. And, you know, it takes a lot of money. So if you could just do that, that would be great. And we can. And now we're going to get back to your programming.
Moonmo, this is an interview. I mean, granted, we're just chatting, but that's
Is
because
there a
Bill and I get on very well.
Is there a point? It's a fucking interview.
Yeah, like, is there a point to get to know this guy?
Fumo, don't worry. The game is going to start soon. I promise.
Yeah, right.
Just wait for it.
But yeah, so coping mechanisms for that. So like, if I'm feeling angry, I've been carrying a D20 around with me constantly, and I've gone. You know, it depends on how like extreme the feeling is. Like, say somebody just bumps into me and fucking doesn't say sorry, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And they're
Yeah.
like, shut up, faggot, and then they keep walking.
Okay.
Like, I'll pull out my D20, I'll find a suitable space to roll it on, and I'll be like, alright, I'm really pissed off, so I need bad odds. If I get, and I'll pick a random number 1 through 20, I'll be like, if I get an 11, I can go talk shit to that guy. And so
Whoa.
I'll roll it. Okay, I only got a 6. Nope, I gotta let it go, and I gotta keep walking.
That's amazing. That's really good.
Because, but if I get the 11,
Yeah.
it's on. Like,
Wow.
everything else can go away, and I can tunnel vision this angered, like, spearhead of emotion at this guy. But, like, say I'm just like, I kind of feel shitty today. Well, okay. 1 through 7, I get to feel kind of crappy. If I get a 1, 2, 3, though, I'm allowed to feel shitty, and then I roll. I got a 7, so I can feel a little bit crappy, but I can't feel like, life is shitty.
Oh. Okay. So.
But what
I
about
have-
your mechanisms?
So first I want to review that one. So I'm a proponent of ACT therapy, which is actually redundant. It means acceptance and commitment therapy. What that would
Oh, sorry,
say,
I spoke over you. For viewers, say what it is again.
it's acceptance and commitment therapy. The point of that one is basically that life contains pain. Pain is not necessarily suffering. You can suffer less if you don't struggle against pain. The thing is, with ACT therapy, it's you can control your external environment. You cannot control what happens internally, but you can live with it and accept it, and then you can act in ways that you want to. So, when you use the D20 to determine what action to take, that I believe is pretty good because that's giving you what they would call in Buddhism the sacred pause, where you're taking a moment, even if it's to roll a die, even if you're still acting based on random number generation, you're still taking that like pause, that sacred pause to like just fucking take a step back, and you're like looking at yourself, which is very important. However, I would not suggest limiting the amount of feeling you feel based on a die roll. I would say
No. But it's not. It doesn't limit what I feel. It
Okay.
limits my actions based upon my feelings.
yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. You want to control your actions. not
Because, like,
necessarily-
say, like, there was the situation, bumped into me, what the fuck, dude, shut up, faggot, and kept walking. In my mind, I want to go, alright, D20, fucking 1 through 19, and I get to go talk shit. And I'm like, okay, now, I need to roll
Yeah.
that shit back to the 1 against 19.
Oh. Yeah, so, it's good. I think it's good. Like, it does a variety of things. It gets you out of your, like, gets you one step away from those thoughts, which is good. Gets you looking at your process. So yeah, dude, I think that's legit. Let's see, what do? I do.
I was going to say, talk about your coping mechanisms while I quickly grab a couple more beers, because I know that everybody wants to hear them, to be honest.
All right. Well, I'm actually going to... I want you to hear them, too. Are you going to be able to hear them or not?
Yeah.
No. Oh, you? Okay. So,
yeah, hang on. I just got to... actually, will I be able to? Super professional stream, everybody. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm more than happy to vamp on things that you don't necessarily even need to ever hear.
Uh-oh. What does that even mean?
I don't
Okay,
know.
you know what? You know what? Right now, before we go into the coping mechanisms, I want you to tell everybody about the best movie versus your favorite movie,
Oh, okay.
and why you realize that they are different.
Sounds good. I'm also going to open the window, but I'm going to talk from there.
Okay,
While I
yeah,
walk
no,
around.
that's cool. Yeah, I gotta turn my thing out because I've been drinking enough that I need a cigarette, so I'm gonna smoke at my desk and
Sounds
all
good.
that shit.
Is that illegal anymore, the smoke on stream?
What?
All right.
It's allowed, I think. I hope. Fuck Twitch rules. Woo!
Favorite movie. One of my favorite movies.
Welcome to the stream, motherfuckers.
Darkness. As I'm sure a lot of nerds agree. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Sorry. 9 out of 10 nerds agree. Army of Darkness. It's not the best movie. It has a very strong opening and first bit, and it's got kind of a shitty second, third act. But that's okay, because they do certain things in the first part that really have never been surpassed. Now, that being said, a lot of Army of Darkness is male empowerment fantasy, but it's got its own tongue-in-cheek, firmly planted, a lot like Big Trouble in Little China.
Is this best or favorite?
This is favorite.
Okay.
And I don't even know that it is my favorite, but it's definitely got like a place in my
A
heart.
place in your heart.
Oh, yeah. Best movie. Fuck.
Literally best movie.
Oh, man.
Also,
Yeah.
keep in mind that Bill was talking about the goddamn originals, not that shit-ass remake where the only plot device was the stupidity of one dude.
Remake? Which remake?
Of
Remake?
The Evil Dead.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Don't,
Okay.
Bill. It will ruin you.
I'll be ruined.
Yeah.
What is the best movie?
What
Look,
is
if-
the best movie?
What's the best movie? Let's solve this. I think. What are some good movies?
Well,
I mean, The
okay.
Godfather is good, right?
Well,
It's a
now
good.
here is the question that you really should be asking. What makes something good? I mean, is it that we follow the idea that there are only 7 ways that a hero arc can go, or something can end, or is it that it's an original story that isn't usually talked about?
Or and is it the best movie based on the most people liking it more? Like, is it based on like?
I don't think majority appeal can really ever solve anything other than a really shitty American debate. Just as a
Yeah.
heads up.
Nice.
Um,
That's you know what? I don't even want to come up with the best movie. I don't think that there is a best movie. I don't think that there's such a thing as things that are better than others. I really don't.
I really do, because like okay, well, I'll put it this way: in genre per se.
Yeah.
Let's go with zombie movies, right?
Okay. Oh, let's look at
Unarguably, the Dawn of the Dead remake is 3,000 times better than the original or the remake of Day of the Dead. In every way. In character development, in story, in... and this is not even involving production value. I mean, just acting. Just because you have a low budget, especially because back then budget didn't really matter that much, people just wanted to be in movies.
Mm-hmm.
Especially even if they were, you know, either just starting out or they were just like, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Or, for instance, as Peace maybe not has said, you know, what about Shaun of the Dead? Okay, so Shaun of the Dead was a Zomcom. All right, well then let's compare Shaun of the Dead objectively to Fido, or what's another Zomcon? To Zombievers.
Or Black Sheep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, granted, although we're not following the ideas well enough, because I was bringing in, you know, zombie animals versus zombie people.
Right.
But okay, that's an
So
even,
that's more of like a farm
or Zombieland.
Zom farm
Thank you,
com-
Peace. Maybe not.
I gotta see Zombieland. Oh my god.
You haven't fucking seen
No,
Zombieland?
That sounds like a movie night. It's gotta happen.
We're
I was gonna say we could
Dude,
stream it on Twitch, but then I
we
realized
will.
that'd be illegal.
No, it won't. I don't give a shit. I'll do it on a rogue stream. They can ban me
Rogue
afterwards.
So no, but to get more philosophical, I don't believe anything's better than anything.
It is just liked more by the individual.
Liked more by an individual or more by a group. There's certain tastes that we have, right? There's certain tastes that we have, like
Oh, you
like
know, we could.
tonality in music.
Sorry, Bill, before you get into it, Kelso said please don't, though, because she doesn't want my stream to get pulled down. You know what? I will screen share it through Skype, and we'll watch it together, and you can give reactions. We'll make that a thing for, like, sometime in the late future.
Are you saying as opposed to streaming it on like doing a like those guys doing the thing where they used to be MST3K
Riff tracks?
Riff tracks.
Basically, yeah. But you have to see it first. You have to see it once first, and then we can riff tracks that shit.
So Kelso is still arguing Skype screen share doesn't have audio. It's all
No. Okay, fine. Then I won't screen share it. I'll give him a link, and we'll fucking start it at the same time. And we'll stream that shit. What are we
man.
streaming? Whatever the fuck I want, whatever day.
Streaming file. Did you ever stop and think about the fact that you are not allowed to stream movies or music on Twitch, but you're allowed to stream video games that are also copyrighted content?
Yeah, that really bothers the shit out of me, to be honest.
Isn't that weird?
It's not weird. It's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
It's
Agreed.
Oh God. Okay. Octia just brought up that The Sound of Music is my favorite movie, and that leads to a hilarious fucking story I have.
Oh, go, dude.
Oh God.
Oh.
No, okay, I gotta remember all the deets. Riff about fucking anything for just a second while I finish this cigarette and I can
All right,
fucking
fine.
assemble the
What's
thoughts.
the story about eggs? Who's the first person to eat an egg? Who looked at a chicken and said, "What the fuck just came out of its ass? I'm gonna eat it. It's round." Did they see a snake eat an egg first? Who looks at a snake and thinks, "Whatever that snake does, I should do"? Why are they even watching snakes? Who boiled an egg? Why did they not stay away when the egg turned solid after they started cooking it? Why would you think that it's still edible after that? Were the people just going around eating things to see if they would die? What happens here? When you get hungry enough, does an egg just smell good? I don't know, man. Why don't women lay eggs? I wish women laid eggs. Apparently there's anime of that. There's
Are
hentai.
you reading a monologue online somewhere, or is this just the best fucking monologue that has ever touched the internet?
Look, just give me a word, man. Give me a subject, and I'll just tell you my thoughts. Like trees. Let's say trees. Have you ever stopped to think that if trees were animal matter, that they'd be like big dog tails just coming out of the ground? Fuck that. What the fuck? And yet we just take them for granted. They're like chicken fingers. They're like big chicken arms coming out of the ground. And yet no one questions them. They think they're beautiful. They hug them.
Oh my God, Bill.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
I feel like your monologues are akin to like Louis C.K. Just like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, You do. To be fair, I'm usually streaming after a long day's work. At which point I give little to no shits.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, I had a friend in, I think it started like seventh year in school.
In the 7th year of our Lord, school.
Yeah, that. And I had a friend named Paul,
Alright.
and his mom, Lori, was a manic, depressant, bipolar sufferer,
Ooh.
who was also
it's-
religious.
Oh, wow. I bet she got real religious.
Oh, it was a thing. Oh shit! Wait, which story is this about? This is about. Oh yeah, The Sound of Music. Okay. So, oh Jesus, Bill.
Sorry, that's the airplane landing in my mouth. All right, it's done. That's the 37 bus. It's the one source of noise.
Okay.
Anyways, you're talking about
Yes.
Manic-
So The
Manic
Sound
Bipolar.
of Music. So she was constantly going off of her meds, and
Oh.
she was obese,
Okay, sure.
but still,
well, she was in the Midwest.
still mobile.
Okay.
And she used to talk like this. Which
It's
I,
like, it's a little bit like Shaggy and Scooby-Doo.
I
like,
swear to
it's-
God, that's exactly how she sounded.
Sometimes when I like to go off of my meds, I get really religious in a very bizarre way.
No, she was always religious. She was in like almost basically a Christian arranged marriage that she arranged.
Well, that just makes her sound like a very empowered woman.
You would think, but no. She gave me a copy of VHS Gone with the Wind to give to my mother, even though she always thought that my mother was after her husband.
Oh.
And so one day she was like, Chris, I need you to get that copy of Gone with the Wind back from your whore mother. And I was like,
Wow. Wow.
I was like, all right, I can do that. I'll get that back. And so I got it, and I gave it back. It's not like we gave a shit whether we had the VHS copy of Gone with the Wind. And then 2 weeks later, she gives me another copy. And she goes, Chris, I want your mother to have this. And I'm like, but didn't you want the other copy back? I've decided otherwise.
Wow.
Okay, I'll give this to her. And I left it on the vanity on the way leaving the house. And then my mom got a call like 2 hours later with an irate Lori going, and this is all like hearsay. This is, I don't know if it's verbatim, but this is what I was told was said on the phone. Why did your child leave my gift to you here? I figured you should have a copy of this to make you a better woman.
Whoa.
And my mom was just like, okay, Lori, we'll come pick it up in an hour. And just hung up the phone and went, did she try to give that shit back to us? And I was like, dude, I don't know what's going on, but I know I don't want to have it. And she's like, yeah, you probably did the right thing. So that is literally my only experience with the movie Gone with the Wind.
Oh. Well, I thought that maybe your whore mother would enjoy another song from 1965. Sorry, that was I guess that was a Casey Kasem, what's it called?
Yeah.
Like fucking, like Starship Bandstand or whatever. Spaceship.
The Tick is wondering if we're going to play a game or is this just story time? No, it's an interview again. Sorry, we should get out of story time. We'll go back to questions. Bill, what do you have? Tabletop Simulator?
No, but I have a tabletop. No, but I should get it. It sounds fun. It sounds good.
It is.
We're playing it.
No, we're not.
We're not. Tabletop Tuesdays. Yesterday's.
Both, all of the above. So okay, you know what? I am curious about this one. So, do you have any complexes?
Yes, I am actually very narcissistic, and I know this, and I am always trying to accommodate it or to manage it.
Which
'Cause,
is
like,
sort of kind of a juxtaposition.
it's
to...
a juxtafication, really.
Well, I usually call it a juxtafux, but
It's a fluxtajux. It's a jug fuckers is what I call it.
jug fuckers.
Jug fuckers is the name of my punk jug band. We play at the Down Home Derby every Sunday night, sometimes twice. And
That's because
we
the
all
first
become-
show nobody's at because they're all still drunk from the night before.
Yeah, exactly. And by the end of it, you'll notice, if you look carefully, that we're all physically turgid and stiff because of how much we like our own music.
Right.
That's why it's called jug fuckers. So just so you know,
I mean, a lot of them are fucking jugs on stage. Just
we're
as a
fucking
heads up.
jugs. We're juggling. We're fucking the jugglers. We're juggling the jugs, and we're fucking the ticklers. We're tickling the jugglers while they jug the fucklers, and then we're fuckling the jugglers, and we're all jugglers in the end. So it's just we fuck the jugglers in the end, is what I'm trying to say. So if you have a Sunday big bound, the dark brown derby, and you want to get your fugglers jucked, that's what you want to. That's where you should go. Downtown.
That sounds a lot like shitting pet fuckers, but a lot more specific.
Specificity. That's what we pride ourselves on.
Of course.
We pride ourselves on.
All right. So,
Yeah. Yes, but complexes. Yes, I'm narcissistic in that if for some reason growing up, I decided that love was something you had to earn through actions and through getting people's attention. So I'm really good at that, which is why I have if I do say so myself, a good sense of humor. My theory is that a sense of humor is the delicious outcome of the controlled spoilage of a human childhood. So
I don't disagree one bit.
exactly. So it's like a good thing, but it's a defense mechanism. So to be the consummate comedian, you also need to you need to accommodate for the fact that you have had some damage in the past.
Well, I think it's more that you have to realize it. And I think that the humor ultimately helps because eventually you're like, what? Like you say a joke so dark that you go, why the fuck would I say that shit?
Yes. Exactly. And there's some jokes that you love and you say them, and other people just look at you concerned, you know?
Yeah, they're like, are you okay? And you're like, yeah, totes, man. Why wouldn't I be? And then you're thinking about it 3 hours later going, holy shit.
You're just like, I've just wanted a hug for the past 5 years. Like,
yeah.
Excuse me for being a man in a patriarchal world. Like,
oh Jesus, Bill, are we going there tonight? Are we going?
Let's go there. Let's
Are
go
we
there.
going there?
Let's get feminist.
You mean you can get feminist?
Are you a MRA?
I'm not an MRA. I am an equalist.
Okay, sure. Feminist versus equalist. That makes sense.
Let's do it.
Well, I'm also an equalist in that I believe in equality, and I think the only way to achieve that is by focusing on women's empowerment.
Well, and here's the thing that I take issue with on that. It only claims that disparities affect women. Now, granted,
Yeah.
disparities affect women much more than they affect men. However, in daily life, men do face a lot of the same, if not more, issues than women do.
Ooh.
Now, for instance, in a patriarchal society
Yeah.
with a supposed wage gap,
Mm-hmm.
why the fuck would every company everywhere not just be hiring women? If I can pay them less, why would I not hire them?
Because they don't think that they're as good at stuff? Or because maybe the women don't have the same social network connections? Or because people think that they're going to quit to have babies?
Again, they do that. That is a thing that they do.
But
That is honestly a thing that happens.
why do women take women and men should both be allowed to take time off to be with their
oh,
new
you're
children.
only helping my point.
Dude, we might agree secretly. I think that a lot of times I think if you're on two sides of an issue and you break it down,
You're
eventually
probably
you.
on the same level in at
You're
least
probably-
one regard.
Yeah, exactly. I will say one thing. What was it? There was something interesting that you said about. Oh, sorry. I guess this is sort of a tangent / a different paradigm, but like, you could also see it as feminism based on the concept that if you ascribe to the theory, as I do, that we live in a patriarchal society, that the patriarchy actually, yes, it does serve to empower men more than women and to disempower women. However, it also has certain costs for men. Like how it's hard for men to fucking hug these days. Which, by the way, they used to do prior to World War II.
Yep.
But then once, like, homosexuality and gayness was, like, created as a salient subject, men, like, stopped touching each other because they all wanted to not be gay.
Well, not
So
to mention that, I mean, even the whole gender role thing got reversed. I mean, pink used to be the boy color and blue used to be the girl color.
Yes. Totally.
And the thing is this whole patriarchal society thing, speaking about that as if it's just like this thing that everybody is a part of, is absolute horseshit.
That's a very
Because
optimistic way to see it.
well, I'll put it this way.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm white. Yes, I'm male.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're white. Yes, you're male. Does that make us the perpetrators of problematica across the globe, much less our own nation, simply by existing by the way we were born?
It makes us very likely to be complacent.
I also disagree with that. Why would that make
Yeah.
us likely to be complacent?
Because we're not getting screwed over.
The-
So we have no
I
reason to...
anecdotally can butt fuck that argument so hard my dick is going to come out its mouth.
Whoa! I'd like to see that. Can you
Okay.
give it a shot?
So, while being white and male in high school,
Okay.
I went to a high school that was in Madison,
Oh.
which, as you know, is a retardedly liberal state. Actually,
I
sorry.
prefer to call it gleamingly unicorn, rainbow, fantastic liberal.
You mean rainbow farts?
Rainbow farts McUnidon.
Yeah.
Dude, so you know, I'm like somewhere just shy of complete socialist. Like, I'm ragingly liberal.
And see, here's the thing. I prefer to be independent because I understand the arguments from both sides. Now,
That makes-
now some of them make absolutely zero fucking sense from either sides. But I'll put it this way. So for me to have gotten a scholarship, I would have
Yeah.
needed at least a 3.8 GPA.
Mhm.
I would have needed to be in extracurriculars.
Yeah.
I would have needed to make a video.
Yep.
And I would have needed to be accepted into a college.
Yeah.
Now, over the PA system one day at my high school, I heard any African American female students who have a GPA of 2.8 or higher,
Yeah.
please feel free to apply for blah 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 scholarship, and you could potentially get a full ride to a 4-year college.
Yes.
What the absolute fuck?
Right.
And
That's-
I'm sorry,
yeah.
I like in at least in this this building and this parking lot and this community that I was a part of,
Mhm.
I had to deal with a lot of the same things aside from lewd comments. Actually, I also had to deal with lewd comments, but I had to deal with the same amount of gang violence that the school board and the city would deny. I had to deal with the same amount of hardship that the school board and the city would deny. And it literally fits the definition of unfair.
Mm-hmm.
So when things like that are happening, how can we consider, oh, it's the patriarchy? What, the patriarchy is now trying to empower black women while stamping down on white males and then call it racism?
So I am not. So as a feminist, I haven't done a lot of reading. But what I will say, talking out of my own ass right now, is that from a game design / system design perspective, like what we have is a positive feedback loop for straight white men. So that scholarship.
Define the feedback loop first.
The feedback loop is that there's straight white men in positions of power, and then they determine the rules, and they also pass on their resources to other straight white men. And you know, it's... Fuck, I want to say that it's been shown, but I have no reference on this. But, like,
I mean,
my
I guess...
assumption is that, like, straight white men will hire more straight white men, in general. Because they'll hire people who are like them. And a lot of that comes down to, like, cultural fit. Like, if you say company culture, a lot of the times it just means, are you like me? So I would say that that scholarship is a kludge, which is put in place that is unfair to you, but at a systematic level, it is shoring up a deeper, more broad imbalance of opportunity. So it's actually creating a more level playing field down the road.
Okay, so then I'm going to have to go about it. I'm going to have to point out. Then why on earth would it be if straight white men were... I mean, and again, I understand that motherfuckers who grew up watching Leave It to Beaver are in power right now.
Yes.
And that's the fucked up part. But we also have to take many other variables into consideration. One, again, the patriarchy does not always just help the patriarchy.
Hmm.
If it even, like a corporate, like Walmart is a person,
Yeah.
the patriarchy is a thing. I think that what is notable about what has changed in the atmosphere of pretty much everything, except the problem is, like a grandfather clock,
Mm-hmm.
the pendulum has swung way too far to the other side, because I'm sorry, the whole feminism movement, I'm not against feminism, but I'm against the third wave feminists that are willing to go yell at Bernie Sanders and call him a racist, or
Oh, yeah.
they're willing to claim Black Lives Matter, not all lives matter, when in reality, yes, I've read plenty of the fucking op-ed pieces about, oh, well, this is why the Black Lives Matter hashtag means more than the all lives hashtags matter, and it's all just fucking rhetoric rather than actual facts. Again, it's like a Tumblrina claiming that, well, trans women get murdered more than anybody else. Well, okay, more men get incarcerated each year than women. More men get sentenced to harsher punishments for the same crimes. More men get their reputation absolutely fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Simply for someone saying they did something.
Mm-hmm. I'll agree with that. There's yeah, I think that it's so men's rights is, I think, a valid thing. However, I think that what the men's rights movement has become is problematic. There's
Just
a
like how the feminist movements,
yeah.
fucking what they stand for, has become problematic. Because, I'm sorry, when hashtag kill all men is an acceptable trending fucking hashtag... Really? Really? Then why did it trend and everybody
coming out
loved it?
endorsing kill all men, right?
Dude, did you not see it trend?
Might have
Holy
been.
shit.
I don't agree with kill all men. I draw the line there. Uh,
Or the fact that I saw my Facebook feed the other day. I wish life had a checkbox or a filter for no straight white boys can talk to me.
yeah.
It's gotten to such a
enjoy-
point that I feel like I'm talking to drunk toddlers when they're
Yeah.
trying to argue their points.
Well, that's because you're on Facebook.
No, no,
right?
no, no, no. This has these are people I know and speak to in real life that are willing to debate this with me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I have a. Let's get back to the question of data, because this all hinges on that, right? Like everybody's got their own. So my first serious girlfriend was and still is a sociologist, and a lot of people shit on sociology. They say it's like not a real science, whatever.
Oh, it most certainly is.
It's pretty good. She did a mix of qualitative and quantitative stuff, and her thing that she always said was that when you are studying an issue, if you do qualitative interviewing, the funny thing is that everybody has their own fucking pet theory. Like everyone. You say, oh, I'm studying the following, I'm studying, one thing she studied was the end of hostilities in former Yugoslavia. And so she would ask people questions, but they would always start off by volunteering their own opinion of what had really happened. So, like, everybody's got a theory. And I think that's where we're at right now. Like, I think it's better for people to be opinionated and stuff. That being said, we're all probably mostly incorrect or partially correct. It really, I think, takes sociologists or demographers or other people who have statistics and statistical ability to use them to say what's really going on.
Well, and I kind of disagree in a sense, because to be opinionated is one thing, but then to act on being offended is not. Like, I assume that you've read the article about the liberal arts teacher at a college who's like, I'm kind of fucking terrified.
Oh, because of because people are being triggered by new.
They're being triggered, or they're not being coddled enough, and it just shows the societal downfall of modern education.
I agree with that. I don't know. I'm not there, obviously, these days, and I hesitate to. So whenever there's a phenomenon that becomes brought up, that bubbles to the surface on the internet, I think that it may be a true phenomenon. It also is the fact that the phenomenon of articles in liberal arts places, or what am I trying to say? The phenomenon of articles appearing about trigger warning issues in colleges is itself a phenomenon.
Well, even though it wasn't about triggered issues, it was just that somebody was disagreed with and got a teacher disembarred because they complained enough or had enough clout to make that happen.
So that's actually why the tenure system is in place.
Yeah, but you have to get there first.
Right.
It's kind of like once you reach retirement, you can tell people how you really feel.
Yes, sort of.
Which I think both of you and I are pretty immune to, because fuck that. I mean, we're going to express our opinions, and people really can't get that angry about it.
I've had a little of that. It's tough because as Daniel's told me, like, I'm one of the most transparent people, and there's things going on in my life right now that are, that I'd love to talk about publicly, but they are not my story to share. So I've had to rein that in, but also, we're working.
But that's fair because it's not personal at that point.
Right. We're working. Well, it is personal, but we're also working on, for example, there's the other bus every 20 minutes. For example, we're working on we just released what I think is the State of Israel's first video game. We worked with the Israeli government to build a game called Dig Quest Israel. It's a free grant-sponsored game for kids to get them into archaeology, and specifically Israeli archaeology, with a series of mini-games. So it's cool. As apolitical as it gets. It actually highlights the variety of cultures that have been, living in Israel at various times. But the thing about it is, not that I really have a set, like, opinion on matters in the Middle East. I mean, I have, like, knee-jerk liberal opinions, but now,
At least you can admit it.
yeah, now I can't snark. I can't snark on anything Israel related. We do business with them. It's like,
I mean, I'll put it this way with the whole Israel versus Palestine thing. I'm sorry. We're meddling in the affairs of two different people that have been murdering each other for thousands of years, and we expect to be like, well, we like that one better.
I've got no comment.
I mean, because that's literally what we're doing. That's literally what is going on when they're like, I stand with Jerusalem, or I stand with Palestine. Well, maybe you probably just shouldn't stand with either because they're both being shitbags.
I can tell you one story. So we're working on an Israeli game right now, a sequel, like a follow-up to Dead Quest Israel. And so this whole thing has been an exercise in making this not political, not controversial. When we submitted the first game to Apple, they suggest tags that you tag your project with. And it was called Dead Quest Israel. One of the suggested tags was politics. And we're just like, oh god, no. And then like, so we're working on Ancient Coins, right? It's an Ancient Coins game. It's got like real coins that they found there, and you're categorizing them, you're playing games with them and stuff. And Daniel and I are like, well, at least this is not political. And then we go outside, and on the back of a bus in San Francisco, there is an ad that someone took out that says like something like, see, Jews have been living here for so long. Here are some ancient coins that prove it. And it's just
Oh my god.
And of course, what they don't tell you on the bus is that these ancient coins actually come from so many different cultures. There's the Crusaders, there's Islamic cultures, there's Christians, there's Jews.
I think that's probably one of the biggest problems, is that just like you said, you go based on knee-jerk reaction on some things just because you haven't read about it. So you're like, ugh, but this is how I feel. But wait,
yeah,
I should probably read more before I actually have that reaction.
Or at least what I do is actually I bait people more into conversation. So I'm one of those guys who will snark about stuff, and then if someone disagrees, I will like listen, which takes guts, but so it's not like I'm
really that takes guts.
It does. It does take guts, because you have to go against the, what's it called, that effect, the effect where you tune out everything that you don't believe.
Oh, fuck. Chat, help us out.
The double success effect, or the positive reinforcement.
Yeah, positive reinforcement, there you go. No, it's the opposite of positive reinforcement. It's where you dig your heels in rather than engaging in conversation, etc., etc., etc.
Yes. Exactly.
No, it's not confirmation. Is it confirmation bias?
It could be confirmation bias.
I don't know. I'm not looking it up. I've got a can that I'm ashing into and a cigarette in the other hand, so I'm not. But
yeah.
Sorry, I can't type like this, guys, as much as I want to. But no, okay. You know what? Actually, you know what? To digress, going into the idea of being snarky.
Yes.
What's it like being snarky and sarcastic while at least attempting to be insightful?
I gotta tell you,
it sounds exhausting.
It's not exhausting. It's how I naturally act, and it becomes problematic for some people. I've had actually one fan. I hate calling people fans. I'm just gonna call them a viewer or a follower. I've had one follower say like, yeah, I want to like you, but I get confused about some of the things you say, and I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not. And I said, like, well, to be honest, there's not really a difference. Because
Because that's just you.
It's just me. I feel very strongly about certain things, but I never would ever believe that I'm completely right. So, if I'm going to say that I want Bernie Sanders for president, I'm going to say that, and I'm also going to feel it, and then I'm also going to think, well, but, you know, if I read X other books, like, I would be convinced otherwise.
I don't think that's a healthy way to go about that, honestly.
I think it works for me, though. I like to live in a fuzzy world of, you know, whatever.
No, let me explain what I meant.
Sure.
When you go, oh, I want Bernie Sanders for president, and that's what I feel, and that's blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But if I read other books, well, maybe if you read those other books, you wouldn't change your mind. Maybe you would actually just be like, actually his idea on foreign policy or his idea on, X amount of other things, I would still agree with myself even after being informed. And I think that's a huge problem with us currently, is that we're not fucking informed.
So this actually gets down to the question of knowledge of I believe in science and math because computers work, right? But I have serious problems with scientific method a lot of the times for anything that's not the hardest of hard sciences.
Okay, give me an example of how that would work. I mean, because empirical evidence is still empirical regardless. Granted, I understand what you're saying
It's in the study. It's in the study design. I think a lot of study design is very bad.
Okay.
So I think it's a human failing. And I question a lot of those sorts of things. I've been involved in making games for studies, for instance, that are meant to determine whether games can have an impact on health in a certain way. And I've seen firsthand how it's like, well, I mean, we designed a game for this. We don't know if it's like the extrapolation was, can games impact health? But what they were really testing is, can this game impact this person's health?
But they went about it with the broad generalization.
Yeah, that's like saying, can paintings cure depression? And then having someone paint a painting and see if that painting cures depression.
And that is incredibly flawed.
Yeah, and I've also, like, when they did distracted driving tests with cell phones and texting, but the thing is that, like, to test the distracted driving, it was a simulator, a super simple simulator where someone was they were just sitting in a folding chair with a computer simulator in front of them, driving this thing with, like, a little, like, game controller. And you're like, that's not the same.
That's not how that works.
No, you are not going to place the same emphasis on that as you would if you really were in a car with your life in your hands.
Right, and
yet they pretend that, like,
that makes the difference.
That makes a difference. So,
and you know what? I totally agree, and that's the thing. I totally agree that many study methodologies are terribly wrong.
Yeah.
However, I will at the same time say that, I mean, obviously, empirical evidence remains empirical, but I think the means by which to gain empirical evidence needs to update, almost like and sorry to sound political again, guys, but just like Thomas Jefferson said, the Constitution should be updated every 19 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's really just something that should happen. Is it should go, is this really achieving what it should be? Because again, like the 1 in 4, and sorry to go back to feminism.
Do it.
I'm really sorry.
Do it, man.
I know you guys are gonna fucking lynch me. You guys are gonna lynch me.
Talking about feminism.
But the whole, like, the 1 in 4 or the 1 in 5 statistic.
What is that statistic?
That apparently in their lifetime, every woman, 1 in 5, will be raped. And
Go on.
And I had an argument with a high school professor who told me that, well, based on statistics, and I'm like, dude, the samples in the empirical evidence that you gave me is less than 50,000 people altogether. And I'm sorry, we live on a planet of what? Are we nearing 8 billion yet? And you're saying that amount somehow coincides. And Octia says it's 1 in 3.
And Kelso says it's sexual assaults on college campuses.
Not overall throughout life. Well, see, here's the issue. Notice how we've already got a double going on. Like I was with Life, and I went with 1 in 5, and then on college campuses, it's 1 in 5, but in Life it's 1 in 3, and see,
Yeah.
here's the thing, Peace Maybe Not, you are right. You're fucking right.
Oh, those college. Yeah, that's the English.
Because you fucking could be wrong. And that even fucking throws us back to, oh, wait, that's right. Somebody might be wrong!
Somebody might be wrong.
I
So,
might even be wrong, and I'd be okay with that. If I was wrong, if I was actually given enough evidence, if I would, you know what, not even enough evidence, just an actual number to go on, rather than being told this bullshit theory about how numbers scale with statistics, when
Right.
in college, my first year of college, I was forced to read a book called How to Lie with Statistics, and it brought up the exact fucking thing he was trying to shovel the bullshit at me with. I went,
Yep.
nope. I just noped the fuck out of that conversation. I was like, you believe what you want to, man.
Yep.
Because, again, if we're going with the feminist angle, I'm sorry. From day-to-day life. Okay. So, depending upon the neighborhood you're in, somebody yells a catcall at you.
right.
I'm sorry. If I lived in San Francisco, just as well living in Madison,
Mhm.
I am actually more likely to be catcalled by a
Yes.
gay male than you are to be catcalled by a straight male.
That's not true, though.
It is.
It's not. Well, it might be true. It might be true, but in my opinion, from
It depends on. I'm sorry.
what I see,
you know what?
from what I've
Here's-
seen living here, I think men, from what I have observed, men do not get catcalled.
Where are you most of the time? And
I live in the Castro.
And sadly, here's a real ass fact.
Mm-hmm.
What are you usually wearing? Because if I was wearing what I'm wearing right now, I got catcalled in this outfit going to the market that took me 10 minutes to get to and back from buying beer.
Mm. It could be. I mean, that's true. It could be.
I mean, okay, then again,
the gay population in the Castro might be different from whatever.
well, then again, here's
There
the
were-
here's the breakdown.
Yeah.
Here's the breakdown. I don't know the personality of the person who supposedly may have catcalled me.
Right.
It took me 5 minutes to get to the store, and it only took me 5 minutes to get back. But when I had the beer in my hand and I was walking down, I had a college student go, "Hey, sweetheart, you want to share those beers with me?" Now,
Mhm.
does that constitute a catcall?
Uh,
Or is it only because I have a vagina that would constitute catcall?
it depends on.
On their intent, which you can never get because you probably don't want to hang around once
It
somebody
depends
calls
on
you
their
sweetheart.
intent, and it depends on how you feel.
Really, it depends on the fifis?
It depends on the fifis. I don't know, man. But I have seen catcalls that very clearly were intended to establish a sort of dominance in the public area.
Okay, so what about when I go out to the bar and a girl sits down next to me and goes, "Hey, are you going to buy me a drink?" That
mean-
makes me feel really uncomfortable. Why should I have to spend my money on this woman? Why would she assume that because I'm a male that I would do that?
So at that point, you can feel however you want, and some men are going to like that. Some men are not going to like that.
But
And
does that constitute a catcall? Does that
I don't
because
think
it made me feel uncomfortable?
I don't
See,
know.
this is the fucking social dissonance that I am trying to get at. Because everybody's saying that, well, a guy felt uncomfortable. I mean, patriarchy makes that okay. But because it was a female doing it, it doesn't really count.
which is actually just double standard
Yeah.
and for saying women aren't a possible threat, thereby disempowering them. Yeah. Fucking, I don't know, man.
I mean, see, here's
know.
the problem. It's always either disempowerment or empowerment. How
Right.
about equalizing? How about we figure out a way to equalize these things? How about instead of that woman sitting down and going, "Are you going to buy me a drink?" She went, "Would you like to buy me a drink?"
Well, see, that's the better thing. And, like, so I believe that if you set your own boundaries personally, and you don't react positively to stuff that makes you feel shitty,
But that's the
then
thing. It's all about what makes you feel shitty. It depends on what makes you feel shitty that you get to decide if it was empowering or disempowering. And there's
Sure.
no objective way to go about it.
that is correct.
And so
There-
that way the argument is always so in flux that no one can actually ever say yes or no that it was disempowering or empowering, because everybody else also has influx views. And nobody's taking that into consideration when they're talking about this sort of debate, because they're like, well, women need to be empowered. Well, what about all the shit that the patriarchy fucking does to put a man in a box? Well, you should be a man. Well, you should do this. Well, you should be a breadwinner. Why can't I be a stay-at-home dad and fucking feel okay about myself?
Right.
Why couldn't my significant other be the sole breadwinner and not be like, ugh, you're just letting him be blah blah blah. Like, again, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
I have an interesting thing that I read one time, and I didn't read much of it because I survive on headlines only. But the idea is that masculinity is not, in the context of the patriarchy in which we live, masculinity is not a force that has an opposite. It is not symmetrical. So there's masculinity, and then we all operate in the shadow of it, men and women and everything. There is not an equal concept of femininity. So I just chew on that. It's very interesting. Like, you can look at, for each person, how do we deal psychologically with the idea of masculinity. The reason I bring that up is because I think what you're kind of getting at is breaking down the dichotomies and the structures that that we're sort of theoretically implying exist, and sort of getting down to people being people to each other and people being human to each other.
Again, equalist.
Yes, or humanist even. Would you?
Oh God, that's
do
a
you know
dirty.
that-
That's a dirty word in a feminist.
Is
It again,
Is it?
when
I
you're
don't know.
when you're talking to feminists, yes, it is. I've literally gotten slapped for saying that word while
Really?
talking to a feminist.
Humanist?
Yeah,
Weird. Why?
because that doesn't empower women, you fucking shitlord. And I know that sounds like it's right out of our Reddit. Reddit are things that didn't happen,
Right.
but it happened. It happened at Wando's. You remember Wando's?
I think I know the name.
Down close to Regent, where you remember where the Vintage is,
No.
or the Red Shed?
No. Are you inventing a neighborhood?
I'm not. This is a neighborhood. It's where Johnson Street turns into. Oh, it turns into a different street right there. It's right on the curve, right by the locksmith, where Blue Lotus is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you remember where Blue Lotus is?
No. Sorry, I was reading Kelso's post about humanism.
What about Lava Lounge?
I think I've heard the name.
These are all just like right off of fucking state. God damn it! I'll get you a map, man.
You know, you've been down to Smarmies, right? You know where chocolate...
Yeah,
chocolate-
you're just making shit up. I'm not.
You've been to Chocolate Brown. You've been to Double-
Where
Double-
Gorham turns into University.
Sure, yeah, I used to live there.
And you don't know any of these bars.
I've never been to Velvet Underground or the Red Cactus or
It's not Velvet Underground, it's Blue Velvet. I've had martinis there plenty of times.
Wait. I'm gonna look this up. Fucking. What did you call Blue Velvet?
Yeah.
Madison, Wisconsin, where the mad is on. I feel like I've been such a bad feminist today. I feel like my feminist.
It's not that you're a bad feminist, it's just that I actually have legitimate things to say versus an MRA who's like,
but I don't read. I also don't read anything. So, you know.
No, I was not. Okay, peace maybe not. No, I'm talking about Madison, Wisconsin. Oh, and see, even Scott Zors says that he doesn't know what the word humanist means, and then fucking posts "are the red pill." Like a dumb. You know what? I'm gonna say
not
it.
a red pill. It's not red pill. Humanist is what Kelso said. It's you are all about people, and you value people, and you also value like you're a Neil deGrasse Tyson guy. You know, I'm probably a humanist.
You
It's
are,
okay.
because the thing is, okay. I'll put it really, really simply. It's really difficult to have this discussion because trying to take such a complex issue without breaking down every single bubble, how small or big it is within this one bubble,
Yeah.
doesn't allow you to speak to it accurately.
Yes. There's another.
I mean, we can go from all the way from, like, the amount of domestic violence cases that men commit against women, and we can go all the way as small as the societal expectation that a man should pay for dinner. And unless every single one of them are actually inspected and dealt with and figured out, nobody can actually make an accurate argument regardless.
Yes. And every time you take an issue and you look at it closer, it fractally becomes more issues.
Exactly, and you have to inspect each and every one of those to be accurate about what you think. And that's the problem, because Tumblr wants to say that if I say I'm not attracted to you because you're fat, that I'm a fucking bigot, or the fact that an obese woman can be like, well, I'm only into fit men, that's also bigotry. But oh, we should fucking applaud her for her fucking courage to stand up to her aggressors. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that fucking way.
Oh man, I just feel so sorry. Maybe I'm just too old, but I feel so above all of that.
And see, but here's the thing:
Like,
if you're into feminism, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not above that, because that is what the new wave feminist movement means. They agree with it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced of. I don't know. I wouldn't. I do not easily accept that my feminism or the feminism of those from whom I learned it can be must be like framed and inclusive of all of the sort of
But again, Bill.
high schooly stuff that you're
Again,
talking.
Bill, you haven't read that much, right?
I've read some. I've talked to a lot of people.
Let me put it this way. What would you do if you were holding the door open for a woman
Uh-huh.
Simply because she was right behind you. And then she said, I don't need you to hold the door open for me. I can handle it.
I would say, okay,
And
have a
then
nice day.
and then have a nice day.
Yeah.
Almost verbatim what I said.
This is another another man on the street story, isn't it?
It might be. And then
Yeah.
I was getting yelled at for being part of the patriarchy and part of the people that make this world so bad because and in the insane monologue that occurred,
Uh-huh.
it started with I can open the door for myself to you should always hold the door open for me.
So
That's the start, that's the end. Was you don't have to hold the door open for me to you should always hold the door open for me.
but can't you say to yourself that, in your opinion, in your experiences, then that person's kind of crazy?
Oh, I know she is, but she speaks for the third wave generation of feminism when she brings that shit up
I don't
by...
know, man. I don't think so, because I think, like, everyone... I disagree. That sounds actually more like second wave feminism. But,
That sounds like second wave feminism.
it does. It sounds like bra burning. But, so what am I trying to say? As a feminist, I call myself a feminist, right? I get to do what I want and establish or pull that needle of feminism a little bit toward what I think is right, just by being me, doing the things I do as a self-avowed feminist. So, I don't have to agree with all other feminists. There's just like a range in which I fall that is feminism.
I
And
think...
I call myself that because I
Oh,
do
sorry.
believe it's important.
Again, I don't think feminism is important at this point because
Okay.
of how I feel like feminism
Mhm.
in our current generation is about as effective as drinking the irradiated toilet water in Fallout 3.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because as chat brings up, okay. But if it was if I had been doing the same thing for a dude, then I would supposedly have said, that dude's just rude, but because it's a woman, you're like, that's sexist towards men. No, Scott Zors. The fact that she said she can do it, and then said that I should have done it at the end of the conversation, is what really makes this all so fucked up and sexist and fucked up. Because it's not like I'm sitting there like, oh, can I hold the door for feminists open so that I can help? No, I was trying to go buy some fucking groceries, and this broad was behind me, so I opened the fucking door, and then held it open so that she could fucking walk in behind me with less effort, like you do for anybody, because it's common fucking decency, and then it became a fucking issue. That is sexism.
Oh my god. Well, I do want to say at this point, I think we've solved it, or at least we've given it a good once-over.
We've vamped about it enough.
Yeah, we have. We've contributed our own particular... Well, I mean, what really matters is stories, right? Statistics and stories.
Don't tell me statistics matter.
Qualitative and quantitative.
I want to bash your head against the wall when you tell me statistics matter based on...
They do. They do.
Matter, but when they're fucking slung in such a way, rather than being an
Yeah.
actuality of the situation,
when you don't have
irritate
the
me to
study in
no
front of
end.
you, yeah.
No. Even with the studies in front of you. Oh, well, we have this thing, and it's called blah 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 algorithm. No.
Mm.
You
No,
can-
I mean the full study. Like when you have the whole study, you can read it. No. Okay.
You know what? Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
So, I have to go look at Kelso or Scuggs, one of my mods. Tell me what I usually do on Friday. I wanna know.
You want to know what you usually do on a Friday?
Dude,
It's legit.
I stream every day, so it gets complicated
It
and
does.
confusing, and that's
What's
why I
the-
have mods to help me out.
Wolf Pickle was like, "Hey, why can't you guys schedule this so it doesn't conflict with
Shit,
Play
that's-
by Play?" And I'm like, "You have no idea. There's so many streamers, and they're streaming so hard."
I know, right?
What's-
Okay, Fridays.
Fri-
Is
Faust.
Fridays with Faust, so I can't schedule for that. I was gonna say like Fridays for feminism.
Do it. Do Feminist Fridays.
I can't. I've got him with Faust, man. He.
Do Humanist Thursdays.
I can come up with an alliteration for this.
There's no H day.
There's no B day either.
Bill day. Nailed it. Birthday. Bongo day.
But again, none of those days actually exist.
Hey, careful.
You know.
Don't
you
trigger
know.
me. Don't trigger me.
Oh God, I'll try not to. You might tell me not to hold the door for you next time.
I would probably. I'd be like, "Sorry, son. You can't tell, but I identify as a four-legged
Four-legged dragonkin.
a four-legged man. Actually, I identify as a man with four legs." Next time we can talk about whether or not it's appropriate to list your pronouns on Twitter if they are actually just cis pronouns.
You disgusting piece of trash.
Hey, I've seen it done in
I
solid. my friend.
know. Oh! I'm
Talk about-
invalidating. I'm invalidating your lived experiences with Bongo Day.
Okay.
I'm triggering Bill. Shit.
We can talk about. We can talk about whether it's.
No, I mean honestly, I would really like to continue our feminist debates, as it were. I imagine you probably don't want to.
I am a fan of.
I couldn't
going.
hear what you said.
I made a joke about masturbation.
Oh joy.
You can catch it on the VOD. I should get going. 10 o'clock is when I turn into a pumpkin.
Liar. You are not a pumpkin yet, and it is past 10
You
o'clock.
can't see my legs right now.
Oh, they're
I
stems.
identify, 10 o'clock is when I identify as a pumpkin.
Bill, I mean, if you want to do like a bi-weekly or as you used to do with the plot, I would do a monthly with you.
Let's see, man. I am going to be frustratingly unable to say
I know.
yes or no to anything.
I mean,
Right.
you were frustratingly canceling last time, so
See if I can make it through. You know, it's a hard life. I need to get
one before you go. Can I get one more question then?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, what was being a busboy at the old-fashioned like?
Oh yeah. Well, let me just say this: busboy is the only job I've had that was too hard for me. I fucked it up. I
Fucked up
spilled
being a
water.
busboy?
Being a busboy was so hard. It's so hard.
I'm a busboy now!
Well, there you go, dude. You're probably better at it than I was. I was only there for like 3 weeks. I couldn't hold all the waters down the fucking thing. And I would spill them, and the food was too hot. Actually, I was a runner, right? Food runner.
Oh, I ran tonight!
There you go.
That's why you put the napkin in front of the plate, and then you put one down your arm so that you can handle the second plate, and you grab the third one with another napkin.
They never gave us the napkin option. It was just finger burn city.
Finger burn city!
Like an iPad game. Finger burn like an iPad game. So yeah, it was bad. It was rough. Those kitchens are hot. That's when I learned that work isn't for me, and that's why I make video games. It's easier to be a software engineer than it is to be a busboy or a food runner. I just want to say.
Did you just sort of verify my existence in a sense?
Yeah, I did. I verified it and then I validated it. We've found life in Wisconsin, and its name is Chris.
Its name is Arrow DeWitt, Nika.
Ta-da! So yeah, if you're a bad busboy, it probably means you'd be a really good business owner and software developer.
Oh shit! Well, that just ruins my day.
Oh, well, if you're a good busboy, then you're probably even better.
Okay, that makes me feel good.
Although that is sexist.
Sorry. God damn. I usually use the word busser, and then you started with busboy, so I followed, and then I just got trapped in it.
Bus people?
Busser.
Bus identified humans. BIHs.
I'm not using your pronouns, Bill.
He. I am a giant. I'm a giantkin. Beanstalk climbers will be blocked immediately, and
and in fourth grade,
are my fucking pronouns.
And in fourth grade, I played Jack and the Beanstalk, so I guess we can't be friends anymore.
Nice. Any Friday night, I'm usually Jack and the Beanstalk. So.
Aw, shit. You mean the Bill Stock? You mean the Bill Stock?
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Jack and the Bill Stock.
Beans in the stock, my friend. I wasn't gonna let this end without another dick joke.
Yeah, well, obviously. I mean, that would just be amateur hour.
That's right. My giant beanstalk.
But Bill, do you have any beer left?
No, but I can pretend if you want to do a toast.
I do. I raise my glass to Bill Grainer.
Hey,
and I cheers him.
I raise to Arrow DeWitt because this has been fun.
To the fact that, you know what? You came on stream. We had great talks about fucking everything.
Yes. Just shooting the shit. Man, much shit has been shot.
And I hope we get to do it again soon. I mean, we probably won't.
I'm being so fucking coy right now. Like, I'll just say I enjoyed this, man. It'd be nice to do this again. Like, yeah, I act like my time is so precious. It's just because I don't get the dishes done, and then I feel like I don't. You know,
I haven't done my dishes in 4 weeks.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, I haven't done my dishes in 4 weeks.
Stay strong. Stay strong.
I'm a disgusting human being in that fashion. But you know what? You know what, Bill? You have revitalized me in such a fashion that
good.
I am going to do my dishes this evening.
Oh, yay!
And then I am going to do my Worst Wednesdays stream.
What? This guy's gonna do his Worst Wednesdays. What? Do you hear it here first? It's gonna be up to 8.
I'm gonna keep playing some Dead Space. I'm gonna do the thing.
It's gonna get better after midnight, you know.
It's past midnight my time.
That's what I'm saying. Your space is gonna be so dead.
Dude, I'm on chapter like 10 or 11, and that game still just fucking creeps me right the fuck out. And I'm just like, we can do this. We can do. Oh shit! Just all the time. Yeah, but you know what? Oh, you call? Okay, I thought it was. I was worried it wasn't you that said shitlords. I was like, who's talking shit? It's getting you banned.
I'm just trolling. That's what I do.
But you know what, Bill?
I'm into light troll.
Bill, this has been an amazing experience for me.
Thanks. Too.
I didn't think that I was capable of not fangirling out the whole time.
You kept it in your pants.
I did. I mean, my dick was rock hard the whole time.
Diamond cutting status.
Yeah, it was, dude. Beyond that, I could have. My dick was the drill that would pierce the heavens.
That's all I
all day.
That's all I require of interviewers. Is
Scout Burt, it was nice meeting you.
No bounds.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was so good, guys. Thanks for being Twitters on our Twitter chats and our Twitch mods
and fucking hanging out and just being awesome with us. And I mean, obviously, Bill, I think we're obligated to do this again. Not gonna lie.
There's a mandate for another mandate.
There is a mandate for another mandate, and you
Let's-
know what? I'm super down for that. We'll just have to figure out a time.
Let's keep in touch. I'll have my people at Superstar Grainer Talent Agency talk to you.
By the way, he means that he'll talk to me. Just as a heads up, chat.
Email with bill@gmail.com. That's my agency.
Oh yeah, give me all the shout-outs right now, Bill. Hurry up, because I know
Shout-out.
that if you turn into more of a pumpkin, we're gonna see some horrible shit.
Which shout-outs?
Whatever fucking shout-outs you want to do, man.
Oh, like plugs and shit? Like if I was writing a book or whatever?
Whatever
just
you want to do.
Watch, I think on this Sunday we're going to wrangle up another fun with Bill and Maria. She's in Milan right now, but I have a nice top-secret brunch planned for her, so don't tell her that yet.
Hopefully
And
she
then
doesn't know about this after she checks your Twitter because
she's
you've been
asleep.
retweeting.
She's asleep. She doesn't read my Twitter, thank God.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so that's going to happen, and then I think I can get that. We'll get back into the cave, fighting the guys in Secret of Mana. It's going to be more death and destruction. Let's see if we make any progress. That's 6 o'clock on Sundays, and then of course mostly walking because fuck it, I'll plug that too. 7 o'clock Mondays. Be there. It's the best thing you've ever seen.
I mean,
Yep.
it is, and I'm sorry I overlap with you guys. I'm really sorry. It's just that's my schedule, man.
We can't not overlap. It's just it's going to happen.
There's just so much going on, especially because I'm stupid enough to stream every day.
That's right. By stupid you mean fucking like
Fiercely positive.
positively amazing, and if you they will come, is what I'm saying. Like you'll fill those bleachers with more than just people. So yeah, but on that note, I gotta get the fuck out of here. This has been great. Thank you
All right.
so much,
Bill, I love you.
Love you too.
Get the fuck out of my Skype, you bromance worthy of motherfucker.
In a bad bromance. All right. Bye. Hasta luego.
All right, so that was Bill, and this is me, and I'm going to have to size myself back up. All right, so yeah, this is me, Eric DeWitt, still here. Super happy that you guys all came out. Oh my God, that was. You know, I'm taking my glasses off for this one. It was amazing to have all and any of you guys come out to watch me interview Bill Grainer, and I know that he feels it just as much as I do. It was honestly a little heartfelt, not gonna lie. But yeah, so as you heard, I stream every day, literally every day, literally every fucking day of the week. I have a stream, and I look forward to seeing more of you guys showing up and just having a ball in my chat. That's awesome. That's so awesome. All the time awesome. Like, I can't even begin to imagine, like, all the things that you guys want or decide that you want, and you guys can absolutely do that. Tweet at me. I'm at AirDeWitt. I got to fucking interview Bill Grainer. Oh, now I can fangirl out a little bit. Oh my God, that was like the best fucking moment of my last like 4 years. Oh shit. But yeah, no, Bill is awesome. He and I, we were talking last night. We were talking a night before the stream, and it was a great time. It was infectiously positive, and I think that that's the biggest thing that I really enjoyed about it. I loved all of his responses because he and I get along so well, and that was really cool too. So, just, I guess, you know what, I'm going to do my usual sign-off, even though I'm going to come back on, and I'm going to do the Worst Wednesdays, and I'm going to keep doing Dead Space, and you guys can watch me freak out and be a pansy little bastard to Dead Space. Even though I think I'm relatively close to the end of the game. I don't know if I'm being close to the end of the game. But also, all of you who had political views during that discussion, Obviously, feel free to tweet at me. I'm never against talking about issues that really should be talked about, and I think that that's one of the biggest things that a lot of streamers won't do, is that they're just there for the games, but I'm really here for you guys and your opinions and your interests and things that you're into. So keep that in mind if you just stopped by for the Bill interview, or if you just stopped by to see what it was all about, or anything like that. But I am Arrow DeWitt, and keep these things in mind. Don't smoke. Sorry, I'm having trouble with my camera this evening. Don't smoke. Drink responsibly. Handle your high. And most of all, don't ever, and I know that this is akin to last night's or maybe the night before, don't fuck with your servers. They won't fuck with your food, but they will fuck with your service. And then you put it on the bussers and the runners. And we don't want that. Also, always be sure to support small game companies like Crater House, because that's just where it's at.